Into the Bloody Truth Inside Games. My name is Blood Spirit, and we are on our next stop, Fresno, California, the Forgotten City. Man, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do the one take on this one because I'm going to go with my guts if I'm going to reveal some information on this one or not. But we're going to talk about Fresno, California. I've actually been to Fresno, California. Not a bad little city. It's actually quite nice. It's got a lot of great things about it, but we're not going to talk about those great things. Like I said, I'm shooting from the hip here on this one. So we're going to start with buying the floor. If you will look at Fresno and buying the floor, 100 upics for that property. This guy is in jail. This hoe's mad. He's mad. The hoes are mad. Anyways, this guy is at 100 upics. He's going to sell it. He is in jail. And isn't that the realistic of Fresno? I mean, isn't that what it is? So buying the floor, you're looking at 7.5. You can scroll down this board quite a bit, and you're not going to see a 10 property value for a while. So buying the floor typically would not be a bad thing here in Fresno. Because of the floor prices, $10 for a property is not unrealistic, and we're finally way down here before we get to $10 a property. So buying the floor, I'm going to give it a B, and there's a reason why I'm going to give it a B instead of an A or an A plus. Actually, the property value price is A plus, but I'm going to give it a B because of the next category, the appeal. The appeal of Fresno is terrible. Fresno, in actuality, is not a bad city. It's actually a really nice city, and in real life, not a bad area that I wouldn't mind living in. But as far as the Upland game goes, the Upland game has destroyed Fresno. The players have done. There is so much negativity about the city of Fresno, it's not even funny. You know that little FSA rule that I can't stand where you can only sell 2 properties? It's because of some of the whales who have had challenges. People think I hate all whales. No, I dislike just a few of them. And it's because they abused the system in Fresno that Upland decided that they were going to make this rule based upon the FSA properties the way that it is. A lot of people ended up in Alcatraz because of Fresno, breaking rules, funneling money into accounts, using FSA properties and abusing them to where there were rules put into place. Fresno is responsible for a lot. From my understanding, I wasn't here. But from my understanding, talking to quite a few of the big players that play the whales, like I said, I don't dislike whales. Some of the best friends that I have in this game are whales. But they have told me, and I'm not mentioning any names, what happened here in Fresno. It's absolutely disgusting. I'm not going to reveal it. If you want to know and you want to know bad enough, you can figure it out on yourself. There's a very easy way to find it. But Fresno has an absolute bad lure. There has been a lot of abuse done in Fresno. A lot of the rule changes has been made because of Fresno. And a lot of the big whales just don't even want to waste their time. As a matter of fact, there's a few people that have said they wish that Fresno would just be wiped off the Upland map. That's how bad the appeal is of Fresno. Upland is trying to recoup it by adding a few businesses, Block Explorer businesses in there, but as you can see, there's only 3. And how long has it been? 3 or 4? How long has it been? And they still can't recoup what's going on with Fresno. So because of that, I'm going to give the appeal of Fresno an F. First F ever. The appeal of Fresno an F. Flipping. Well, I mean, here we are again. I mean, if you want to have some whales purchase your properties, the floor is at 9. Even Detroit is starting to get higher than that. And how long has Fresno been there? It's the 3rd city that was open, according to the list here. If we go down here and look at the treasure hunt, I'm assuming this is the order that they go out. San Francisco first, Manhattan second, Fresno third. It's not in alphabetical order, so I'm assuming it was the 3rd city ever placed out there. And lure is still at $9 or $7.99. You can get a property for. It's really that low, and it's not just 1 or 2 like you see in some of the other cities. There is a list of people that are not purchasing property in Fresno. Am I wrong? Did you not see that on the list? Fresno has a bad reputation. So purchasing a property in Fresno and trying to flip it and get more money out of it, I just don't see it being a very wise investment. So I'm going to give flipping the property in Fresno a D-. Treasure mapping. All right, let's talk about that. It's pretty cheap to get properties throughout Fresno. As you can see, I have a ton of properties in Fresno because that's where I learned a treasure map. This is the city that I invested in because I wanted to figure out how the treasure mapping worked, and it was very inexpensive to get these properties. I think I have maybe $200 involved in all these properties total, but I did it back in the property value did raise a little bit since I got involved in it. But I mean, it's dirt cheap to get property in Fresno. So if you want to build a treasure map, Fresno is probably one of the best places you can get a treasure map built. It's still going to be, you're still going to have a lot of properties because it is a little bit bigger than some of the smaller cities. But because of that, I'm going to give the treasure mapping for Fresno a solid B. Treasure rewards. Well, it's a third tier city. It's number 3 on the tiering system, so therefore the rewards are not going to be very great. However, if you take a look at Fresno right now and you go into the treasure hunting, look at how many people are hunting. Two people. You don't think you can, this active, I started this video, I looked at this one here is still available. It's been probably 15 minutes since I got ready to start this video, and it was available when I logged on, and it's still available right now. So you can click this, but you're not going to see a whole bunch of stuff outside of this treasure hunt for free here. So the likelihood of you being able to get a lot of these is slim to none, but you don't have any competition. Once again, I said people are steering clear of Fresno, so because people are steering clear of Fresno, you're going to have a little bit more opportunity on the free treasure hunting. Therefore, I'm still thinking a tier 3 reward. I'm still going to give it a D. The overall score of Fresno is 46 divided by the 5 categories. That's going to give you 9 total, which will give you a C- as far as the city goes in Fresno. C-, and then being that it's a tier 3 city, you lose 1 point, bringing it down to the next level, a D-. The overall score in Fresno is a D-. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to be happy about that, because I'm not saying that Fresno by any stretch of the imagination is a D- city. I'm just saying in the game of Upland, it's a D- city. As far as the quality outside the city, like I said, I've been to Fresno. I would definitely say it's a C+, B- city. It's pretty awesome in multiple ways, but the game has beat this city up and spit it out. That's why I'm giving it the grade that it has. My name is Blood Spirit. This is Upland Inside the Game.